Hey everybody, welcome. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Welcome everybody. So we definitely going to be talking about a very, an issue that I think a lot of people are not going to like on this channel, and that's okay. That's fine because we talk about all kinds of things here anyways. Welcome everybody. Hopefully y'all can hear me. Sorry, I had to move my mic. Welcome. Hey, look at my hair's all crazy, y'all. I'm waiting for the people to get in here. I don't even know if notifications went out. So I want to talk a little bit about a couple things here and there. So what was so interesting is that yesterday I was watching the Long Island Audit in his live about being detained by Border Patrol. And that was an interesting live. And then this morning, we get the news that a woman was, who's a citizen, was shot by ICE. Okay. I saw the video. All right. And I was like, what, let me just watch this video. And am I allowed to come back? Of course you are. Why wouldn't you be? Shout out to you, Jody, who. Welcome everybody. I'm letting the people to get in here because I just kind of started. All right. You watched it when it was happening, when it happened. So I know like this is going to be, how do I say this? As a Latina, the issue of ICE being first generation is so important to me and to my heart. It lands in so many ways. There's a lot of things that we could disagree with, y'all, but there is something really off with the way in which ICE is enforcing and doing their own thing and not necessarily following and whatnot. Now, I watched the video. I saw that Trump had said something to the effect of, well, she had ran over the officer. No, she didn't. That car never hit the officer. I will not be gaslit. That's one thing that I won't be doing. I mean, I don't like being gaslit with, we're all being gaslit in one way or another, right? But I won't do it. ICE has definitely taken a whole different toll in what it's supposed to be and whatnot and what it's supposed to do. And the situation is just horrible. And I told you guys, I remember when the election was after the election, right? And I had said to you guys, y'all, like, my biggest concern is that I am first generation and the issue of immigration is very close to my heart. Now I get it. I'm not for, criminals or anything like that. Nobody is, right? But I come from a family, and I know a lot of the people that I support and do, on my side, they're hardworking people. Okay. They're people that were waiting for different things and whatnot to happen. What are we doing? What is happening? It just pisses you off. Sorry, guys. I've seen the video, pew pew, in the same situation many times, not saying it's right. I don't think it's right, but I mean, they could, I saw the video and she was driving off. They could have shot her. Why didn't they shoot her tires? Why not shoot her tires? That's what I want to know. She was just an observer. Like, I'm sorry, y'all. Like, I know that there's this shoot to kill situation, but like, why not just shoot her tires? That's what I don't get. I'm so confused. So I'm kind of wondering, I can't play the video here because my channel will be flagged, so I have to be careful. But I want to know, I can't, I wish I could. When I showed, what is it? Mangione, Luigi Mangione, I immediately got flagged and I got in trouble, so I can't show it. Our channel got flagged. But I want to do a poll real quick, okay? Let me do a poll. Let me see. Did you watch the video? Let's see. Yes. No, I'm kind of, because I want to know who's in here that watched the video. And honestly, I don't know what's more disturbing. Like, is it the narrative that's being put out there or what? I'm not trying. Well, here's the deal. If you do watch the video, it's not like, you get to see the agent shoot the woman in the car. You do, but you don't actually get to see, like, the actual shooting event. Like, you don't actually get to see, her face being shot or anything like that. You've seen a different angle. I saw the angle when she was driving off. She didn't run over the officer. He backed out. There was an officer that was in front of the car, and then he just shot like a couple times through her window. Okay. So she was a legal observer. You can see the car drift off and hit something, though. What did it hit, though? And again, I'm not there, so it could have hit. I don't know. At the same time, I'm like, force? What kind of force is this? You said it's disturbing that these thugs being allowed to do this to people. Look, yeah, it hit another car after she was shot, right? And she's an American citizen. That's the thing, y'all. Like, so the car was drifting thin because I think it was her body driving, giving up. Yeah, like the woman, she didn't survive, by the way. So this is what we have, right? So she was a 37-year-old woman who was, okay, this is what federal agents are saying. If you see the video, I personally don't think that's how it went down, but this is what the federal agents are saying. Federal officials said 37-year-old woman was trying to kill agents with car in Minneapolis. City and state officials call that account false, demanding an end to immigration crackdown. I'm going to show you guys a picture. I can't show you the video. Okay, I have to be careful. Guys, that was them. If she's a legal observer, I'm assuming an illegal observer is somebody that knows the law. I'm thinking that, like, when I think of legal observer, I'm thinking somebody that's literally observing every piece of everything that's going down and whatnot. She drove off. The agent that's in front of the car, I don't think you guys, let me see. This agent right here, I don't know if y'all can see my mouse. He's the one that shot her. She drives off. Now, mind you, it's an icy road too. Keep that in mind. Okay? So let's get into this article. So this is what we know. State and local officials demand an end to the Trump administration immigration crackdown in Minnesota after federal officer shot and killed a 37-year-old woman in Minneapolis on Wednesday. Details remain in dispute, with President Trump saying that the agent had acted in self-defense. I didn't see that car hitting the agent. So when Trump said something to the effect of he's in the hospital, he's recuperating, that's BS. He didn't get hit. On social media, while state and local officials describe federal accounts of the shooting with terms like propaganda and garbage. So the woman that was killed by federal agents in Minneapolis has been identified as Renee Nicole Good, according to two officials in Minneapolis or Minnesota with knowledge of the investigation who were not authorized to share details. So the governor, Tim Walz of Minnesota, criticized the federal immigration actions in the state in stark terms, but urged residents to protest peacefully. Do not take the bait, he said. Do not allow them to deploy federal troops into here. Do not allow them to invoke the Insurrection Act. Do not allow them to declare martial law. Look. A lot of people are living in the dark with this ish. This isn't like we're at a checkpoint and you're being checked. No, this is happening everywhere. It's happening everywhere. Now, I get it. Immigration has to do their investigations. That's not even what this is about. It's the simple fact that why are we going this far? What are we doing here? What is this about, y'all? There's all kinds of videos circulating at this point. I get it. None of us want criminals. We want here that are, hardworking people. I'm not against that. I'm first generation. I'll tell you that. But you know what bothers me so much is the racial profiling, the lack and disregard for human life, as if I don't identify myself. So if I don't identify myself, am I at risk here? What law did I break? I didn't identify myself and you pulled me over. What did I do? When is too far? What are we doing here? I'm confused. You said, in my opinion, it's performative violence for cameras to induce fear and it's hatred. It's getting out of hand, y'all. It really is. And I'm sorry, some of y'all, you're never, this is one part, and it's not just this administration, it was the one before and the ones before. One thing we haven't done well in our country is figured out the immigration situation. I'm sorry, that's just a fact. I don't care which party you voted for. It's just not right. It hasn't been right for many years, honestly. But my thing is, it's like there used to be a time where, like, or maybe there hasn't. Maybe I'm just living in a whole different bubble. Human life matters, right? What are we doing? A woman who was, I guess, a legal observer, just observing the protests, gets shot in the face. And please know how icy those roads are. How do we know she wasn't even trying to stop either? We don't know that. But this is becoming, me again, it's becoming a real thing. That's right. ICE agents don't have, so ICE agents, if y'all have ever seen what a raid looks like with ICE, they literally come in these, some of them, just regular traditional cars, okay? Not police cars. You're not seeing somebody with a like sheriff car or something. They have undercover agents. And they literally will stop by restaurants, hotels where they feel like, well, it definitely looks a little Mexican over here, or it looks a little this over there, or whatever it may be over there. That's because that's what happens. And you have to identify yourself if you're a citizen. What? So now this is what we doing? So weird. It's just becoming so dangerous. Honestly, it's very sad and disturbing, man. It really is. It's a sad and disturbing time, honestly. And like I said, regardless of what administration you support, like, this is crazy work. This is happening. I mean, like, I don't know, man. So what if she cut off his tires? Is that a death sentence? What do you mean? What if she cut off his tires? Is that a death sentence? I don't know. Like, you mean if she, I'm confused. What do you mean, Lori? Explain. You said I saw two angles of the incident. There's more. I saw at least two angles. I didn't see, personally, when I saw the two angles, I didn't see you know, what's the word? I personally felt like, I was like, well, why don't we just shoot the tires? Why do we have to shoot her in the face? So I just watched the video in slow motion, and you can see a man in all black get clipped by the driver corner of the SUV, and he fell good to the ground. So Jules, so it wasn't just that, there was another person that got clipped too, clipped by her car or another person's car. You say he didn't fall, LOL? Oh man. Well, and honestly, Sarah, I don't think that they're, listen, they're not going to be there to de-escalate anything. They're there to take, they're basically treating the person, whoever they feel like is a, an illegal, your property to them. She said the only thing I saw, her SUV hits a man off the front corner. Gotcha. That's the only one I saw. Her SUV hits a man off the front corner. Gotcha. Now, was that when she was trying to back out? Or was that after she was leaving? Like, I'm confused as to when that happened. You said they're playing judge and jury. I just think it's too, they need to definitely investigate before they put out any kind of like, so and so was injured. Who was the injured? The ICE agent who shot, or which one? You said that long distance video rabbit, she was trying to flee, you said. Okay. No due process. Yeah. So let me ask you guys a question. Because we don't know what the buildup is from that, right? Like, we don't really know what even led up to all of this, right? So they say that the maroon Honda Pilot is stopped on Portland Avenue, apparently blocking one lane of a snowy residence street. The driver rolls forward slightly, then stops and waves at approaching vehicles, signaling that they should drive past. Okay. Now, in a post on social media, you guys heard what Trump said. And then Waltz, the governor, said that protesting and speaking out is a patriotic duty. Let me see what else. Okay, this is him speaking.
We have soldiers in training and prepared to be deployed if necessary.
Now, is this when they called? The governor said that he had activated the state of emergency operation center and issued a warning order to prepare the National Guard. We have soldiers in training to prepare to be deployed if necessary. Like, that's how far we've gotten at this point. So, this is bad, guys. It says several national Republicans shared statements of support for ICE after the shooting. Attacks on our law enforcement cannot be tolerated. It's just representatives and what they're saying. If they could put an ICE agent in mortal danger, self-defense is justified. This is crazy work, man. I don't know what to say. He said ICE didn't have to get in front of the car. So it's actual state versus Fed. That's what it's looking like. Yeah, it's getting scary over there, man. You guys everybody gotta be careful there in Minneapolis. Who in their right mind believes anything? Well, we're not gonna do that, Bridget, because everybody, y'all are entitled to vote for whoever. Okay, we're not gonna do that. Why is everyone so up in arms? I don't understand why everyone thinks it's totally okay to obstruct government officers. Do you think that protesting is obstructing government officers? Just a question for you. So the guy in the white car might have got clipped, but he stood in front of the car. That's what I heard, that he got clipped. Look, it's crazy. I don't think they do. I don't think they do. There's no reason to standing in front of the car except to be aiming the weapon. Well, why would he? That's the thing. It's like, why not shoot I guess for me, it's like, if they draw their weapons, is to kill, right? You're shooting to kill. You're not really shooting to play therapist or intervention or try to restrict. That's not your job, right? Once they draw their weapons, they're shooting to kill. ICE does not have cameras. It's not the same thing. Like, they are different type. This is different, y'all. These are not your sheriffs, your cops. This is so totally different. So when people have said, well, why don't we just pull their body cameras? No, because you can't. No such thing. No such thing. So I mean, I think people are in their every right mind to feel the way that they do. Personally, I mean, I think it's a protest. What escalated the situation? That's what I want to know. We don't even have those details yet. I think so too, honestly. Now, let me tell you what happened, because I did put Long Island Audit on my thumbnail. This video I saw yesterday. Listen, this is how far this ish has gotten. Okay, I think it's important to know. I'm gonna play a little bit and give commentary. Y'all, let me know what you guys think in the comments, because I'm waiting for. I think we have a press conference happening, and I kind of want to get into that as well.
So your job here is to respond whether you are a United States citizen or not. If you do not answer the question, you will be detained. You'll be placed under arrest and taken inside. I'm going to tell you again, or we're going to place you under arrest. Are you a United States citizen, sir?
This is Border Patrol. He's not even at a checkpoint. He has to respond. Are you a United States citizen? So what if he says no? Which I would believe a lot of people would probably say. I didn't know that we have to, if we are detained by ICE, I didn't know that we had to respond to that question. And please know, I'm a citizen, right? Like, I was born here. But I would imagine, because I see a girl and she looks like a Latina. They're hiring Latinos like me to ask these questions. So they're like, well, she looks like me. I'm going to ask her if she's a citizen. That's what it looks like.
Hey, what's up, guys? Long Island Audit here. I'm back again with another video.
This was yesterday.
This is a very important live stream that we all need to pay attention to. Please take a moment to hit the like button and share this video anywhere you can on social media. Yes.
And by the way, so he was filming. They deleted his video. They detained him, detained his property, and they deleted his video.
Yesterday, I am in Texas. I was driving down Highway 281 in Falfurrias, Texas, and I came across an immigration checkpoint, And that checkpoint, I decided to exercise my right to remain silent, and this is what happened next.
No, nothing. All right, sir. If you don't mind going to the number 2 parking spot, they just go in there for you, okay? Anyway, sir. So this is an immigration inspection, sir. So we're gonna need you to declare your citizenship. Are you okay, sir? You have some kind of medical emergency going on? You look pale, sir.
Look at these people.
Are you gonna speak to us?
We have to establish immigration, man. So let us know if there's any issue or anything, if we can assist you in any form.
I want you guys to ask yourselves, what would you do if you get stopped by Border Patrol and they're asking you, are you a citizen? Now, please note one thing that I think I could say this. Those guys look Latino like me. And Sean is very much, I mean, you could see. You know what I mean? So the racial profiling is off the roof here. Okay? Do you see this?
We'll let the supervisor talk to you, and one is in the way, okay?
Apparently not.
No,
He's refusing.
So I just want to make it clear, because I'm reading the comments, and there was a couple comments that, this is BS. We have borders for a reason. I wasn't at the border. Okay, let me make that very clear. And
he wasn't at the border. Okay, so it wasn't like he was in Mexico, or he wasn't at the border. So he's having to respond to somebody about his citizenship status.
They said they were unsubscribing. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. I am a United States citizen. I wasn't at a border. I was 80 miles from the border. And I know the law regarding 100 miles from any port of entry and, any border or, water. But you don't even know the story and you're unsubscribing. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. I exercised my right as a United States citizen to remain silent. Immigration checkpoints are constitutional, but there's limits to what Border Patrol can do. And my job as an activist, somebody who loves the Constitution, my only loyalty is not to any party, any administration. My loyalty is to the Constitution of the United States of America and the people inside that country.
I'm not loyal to political parties, guys. Because you know what? All of these political parties, what do? They ask for your vote. They ask for your endorsement. And then what? When you need them, they won't call you till about another 4 years when they need you to elect them. I am not, and I agree with this. We're not. Who, what, for what? It's crazy work.
We the people. So again, you don't know the story. I exercise my right to remain silent. If you don't like that, then you're in the wrong place.
He's not speaking.
How are you doing, sir? Supervisor Guetta, you're in an immigration checkpoint, sir. So your job here is to respond whether you are a United States citizen.
My job is to respond. My job is not to respond, Supervisor Guerra. My job is to exercise my rights, which is what I was doing peacefully, not at a border in the state of Texas, where the Constitution still applies.
Or not. So that if you're a United States citizen of this country. Are you a United States citizen?
This is a checkpoint. This is what she said. And it looks like a gas station to me. I don't know about you guys. You said they just want to pin us against each other. Y'all notice? She looked like she ate some tortillas like me. Like, do we have some? What's going on? I'm just saying, like, it literally, that's all. That's all it looks like. It's crazy work.
If you do not answer the question, you will be detained, you'll be placed in arrest and taken inside for you either can speak to us or we will take you inside. You have two options. I'm gonna tell you again, or we're gonna place you under arrest.
Why would we
Are you United States
self-snitch?
citizens, sir?
Look at this.
No weapons, no nothing. Step up. Put your hands right here.
So at this time, you saw the supervisor Gira open up my door. Another Border Patrol Gestapo agent, a tyrant, violently grabbed me, unbuckled my seatbelt, violently grabbed me, and yanked me out of the vehicle where I almost fell down.
He's a citizen, by the way, just so people are aware. He's a citizen. Okay.
I couldn't believe that this was happening. I really couldn't. And he threw, my phone right now is on the dashboard of my rental vehicle. Obviously, there's no dash camera. I have them in my personal vehicle, dash cameras. I suggest that you have one. But I'm in a rental vehicle with no dash camera. He throws my camera onto the dash. Then he violently rips me out of the vehicle and begins to search me.
Go ahead.
You can hear all the action in the background. Thank you. I agree, Sarah.
And right there is where the Border Patrol officers turned off my camera. And it gets worse. So I'm just going to explain it to you because obviously I don't have any body camera footage. They all had body cameras on, but none of them were activated. I asked them, as you could see, there was at least 6 to 8 of them around my vehicle. I asked them, why aren't your body cameras on? They said
6 to 8 Border Patrol officers with one person. Think about it. 6 to 8 Border Patrol officers, one person. Does that make sense? Did they see any weapons on him? Did he look like a threat, or did he just look like he was, Latino? And then they said, well, yeah, we got to make sure we got 6 or 7 officers on you, right? Do you understand? This is him, but this right here can happen to you guys, anybody. This can happen to anybody.
that they don't need to be on. So I don't know why 8 Border Patrol agents would have body cameras if they don't even need to be on. They put my hands behind my back. They forced me into the detention center where they sat me down on a chair. They told me that I needed to provide my fingerprints. They wanted me to put my fingerprints onto a scanner.
Jen, he's a citizen. He's a citizen. So the question then becomes is if a Border Patrol or ICE agent or whatever, if they pull you over and the question that they ask you is, are you a citizen? And you don't respond to them because you don't need to. Why would you answer? Like, am I in trouble? Why are you pulling me over? What? So if I don't respond, this is what I could be subjected to as a citizen. This is racial profiling, just so people are understanding. So yes, he's not an illegal immigrant, but he also doesn't have to identify himself. That's the piece that I want people to understand, that it's like, it's not okay. If a cop pulls you over, they would have a reason to pull you over, right? They're not going to pull you over unless it's ICE.
So they can identify me. I refused. I was then told, if you do not put your fingers, give us your fingerprints, we're going to grab you and violently force you to give us your fingerprints. I said, no, I'm not going to give you my fingerprints. They told me, well, I guess we're going to be fighting then. I said, I'm not fighting anybody, but I am not willingly giving you my fingerprints. They said, all right, well, we'll put you in the cell. They didn't like that I was exercising my constitutional rights. I told them I don't consent to any searches or seizures, and they laughed in my face. They laughed at me. Men and women who took an oath to uphold our constitutional rights. Now, for those of you who don't know the law, an immigration checkpoint that's inside of the United States, not at the border, they can briefly detain you. I have no obligation to state whether I'm a citizen or not. Zero obligation to speak to any law enforcement officer. As you know, I don't speak to law enforcement officers when I'm being investigated. I exercise my rights. They didn't care. They ripped me out of the vehicle, brought me inside, told me I needed to give them my fingerprints. Because I wouldn't give them my fingerprints, they locked me in a jail cell. They put me in a holding cell, and they said, "Oh, we're taking everything from you." And I'm going to show you right now how they took all of my property. They seized everything I had on me from.
By the way, again, they deleted his video. He was recording, and then they deleted a video that he had on his phone. He wasn't allowed to record. Now I get it. Some of you guys are saying, well, why not just tell them and then you could just move on and, hold up, let me see. I don't want to miss a comment because I think I get where some people are coming from. Okay. Is it Missy? Missy. All he had to do is say, I'm a citizen. It's as if a cop asks you, have you been drinking? The question, a-hole. Answer the question, a-hole. Okay. Some people will feel like that, and that is okay. You guys are allowed to feel like that. It's okay to feel like you're being asked a question and you should answer it. I personally don't think I need to answer to a cop unless there's reason for them to detain me. What would be your reason to detain me? You're assuming that I'm an illegal. You're asking me, and what if I don't want to answer? I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, am I supposed to self-report? I guess I don't know. Why am I doing the job for you? I don't know. It's weird. But again, that's just my thought, right? It's not I didn't think so either. Yeah, he's an auditor, by the way, for those that don't know. Shout out to Sean Paul. So yeah, I mean, he's going to push the limits that he's going to push because he knows what he's doing. So the First Amendment only works if you verbally assert it. If you simply stay silent, officers can assume you're hiding something. It still seems unlawful. It does seem unlawful because just the way that they move, like why the deleting of videos and stuff like that was so off to me. Nobody told these people to come here, you said. Calvin, who are these people? Who? And don't block, guys, don't block. I want to have a conversation about this.
My keys, from headphones I had on me, everything. And I'll show you exactly right here what happened, how they took everything from me. And they swear they didn't take, they were like, "Oh, we're not searching you," as they're in my pockets. They said, "Take off your shoes." I said, "I'm not taking off my shoes. We'll take them off for you." They start taking off my sneakers. They look in my socks. They start doing a whole, they grab my, private parts. They do everything. They're searching me up and down, up and down. They're searching me. So I want to show you guys, allow share screen. That's not what I wanted to do. It was, I have never, Sergeant Brian Fahey,
No, Calvin, I get it, but I want to know, America, love it or leave it. No, I get it, Calvin, but when you say nobody told these people to come here, who are these people that you're referring to? Like, no, I love America, but who are these people that you're referring to? Who are the people that you are saying nobody told them to come here? Who? Nobody told them to like, you got to say which people. I mean, if you're going to exercise all of this, you might as well go all the way in. Put in the chat what people you think were not invited to the United States of America. Yeah, and the next one, can you make it $5, please? Thank you. Yeah, he was born here, but you know what? I just want to know, Calvin. It's all good. It's all good. Y'all be nice in the chat. It's all good. Okay. Let people say what it is. I know, right? Nobody invited him to come here. No, nobody invited me either. I don't know, man. I'm talking about illegals. Okay. All right. So let me ask you a question. Calvin, how does he look like an illegal to you? Does Sean look like an illegal to you? If you were a Border Patrol officer, would you pull over Sean? Would you say, Sean, you're an illegal. You look like an illegal. I'm going to pull you over. I just want to know, does he look like an illegal to you? What about me? Do I look like an illegal to you? I just want to know. No? Let's keep going.
Former disgraced Sergeant Brian Fahey. That was a whole thing, right? But this was absolutely insane. Why can't I share this with you? This was insane because I was like, what? This is my country? This is my country? Really? And I understand we see it all over online and everything about what's going on and everything like that. But you know, I can't believe it. It
Yeah,
was
I just want to know, Sarah, thank you for this question because this is exactly what it is. How do you know when someone looks illegal? What does an illegal look like? I could tell you a lot of like what you said that beard should, his beard? What? Come on now. You said that beard should be illegal. Stop it, guys. Be nice. Um well, there you go. Renee Nicole Good presented white and still got shot. What about that? I just want listen, I'm gonna challenge y'all because I'm telling you, this is one issue that I don't care. It's not even about red or blue. Honestly, it's an issue of the fact that we need to do right by people and we need to understand that this is a very complex issue. We're never going to have an answer or the answers to any of this, honestly. But when I ask you guys is when somebody says in the chat, do illegals have constitutional rights? Well, I mean, I get where you're coming from, but does he look like an illegal? Do I look like an illegal? Would you take away my rights if I don't tell you who I am or if I'm a resident or citizen here? Like, what would you do to me? Do I deserve to be manhandled or what? Like, I guess I'm confused. Because if that can happen to him, that can happen to me. Actually, it can happen to a lot of people, right? You said many people that have problems with law enforcement grow a pair. What does that have to do with illegal immigration? Huh? Grow a pair. I got a couple pairs. What does that have to do with that? I guess I'm confused. Calvin, come on, Calvin. I asked you a question. Does Sean look like an illegal to you? Do I look illegal to you? Do any of us look? I just want to know. If I didn't answer the question, would you think that I'm illegal too? This isn't an issue about, well, I mean, this is a branch of law enforcement, right? Please note that. But ICE operates a little bit different than law enforcement. We do know that. They don't operate the same way. Y'all do know that, right? Just want to make sure we understand that. And thank you again for the $5. I just have to say that. I have to say that. And he can't answer the question because let me tell you something. Calvin answering that question about whether he would detain him because he thinks he's illegal is literally hidden at the core of the issue. That's the thing about Calvin. And Calvin's not blocked. He can answer whatever he wants. Calvin, the reason why you're not answering the question that I just asked you, would you detain him if he didn't answer your question? Would you detain him? Is because we're getting right at the core of the issue that people don't want to talk about. He doesn't look like you. I don't look like you. That's the issue, right? That's the issue, Calvin. That's something that you don't want to talk about. That's something that you won't even put in the chat. That's the thing. It's nothing about law enforcement because law enforcement can do what it does, but ICE is different. That's a whole, they operate different than traditional law enforcement. I know I'm not making that up. I mean, they have different ways of operating.
Is absolutely insane. So they bring me in there. I want to show you guys really quick. I guess I'll just have to show you. I don't know why it's not letting me share my screen. Obviously, I'm not at home. I am in a hotel. Okay, whatever. It's not letting me do it. Anyway, I'll show it to you right here. Just like this.
Ooh, here you go.
This right here.
Hold up. Look at Calvin. He says, I fought 2 wars for this country. The enemy looked just like him. Okay. Well, Calvin, Sean looks like my brother. So I must look like the enemy's sister. And thank you for your service because that's no joke. Like I could still thank you for your service. But let me just say this. Sean looks like my brother. And none of my siblings are enemies of anybody. I certainly am not. But thank you for answering, because I mean, it tells me a little bit about you. Thank you, though. And don't feel the need to like super chat anymore. But thank you. And again, thank you for your service. Okay. Let's see. If Calvin can answer, I will double for 10. Chant, thank you. Thank you. The process just seems discriminatory. It does, right? It does, honestly. And it digs into an issue that people don't really want to get into. And I get it. You know, it's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable. But I applaud Calvin for saying that he looks like the enemy and he fought 2 wars. To me, that says everything that I need to know about Calvin. Calvin and I would probably never be sitting at a lunch or a dinner or anything, because I would hate for him to be scared of somebody like me. But thank you, Calvin. Thank you. All right. Thank you so much. Oh my God. You'll never be me. Thank you. Thank you. Membership for 33 months. Everyone doesn't look alike. We are different, period. Not every immigrant looks alike, right? I think we all have different features and whatnot, right? Thank you. Thank you. Snort, I can't understand because of the thick accent. Ridiculous, right? It's scary for some folks. It's uncomfortable and it's scary. Chant, thank you for the $20. Doubled it because Calvin can't answer the question. Well, now he answered it. I appreciate him. Thank you. Thank you. So he found new videos in different angles. Is he able to play them? Because I'm like worried about playing them. Thank you. Rabs, just so you know, these people aren't normal and here starting stuff. People deserve to have their opinions. That's okay. That's okay. But you know what? I respect. I may not agree with him. There you go. I fear nothing, especially you. Well, somebody who fought 2 wars, I don't think you would fear anything. But I still probably wouldn't have lunch with you just because, just because I know how you feel about the people that look like me. Thank you. Which Calvin, I'm like, that being said, though, it's pretty interesting that you're in my chat. I'm just saying. Thank you. Thank you for the $2. ICE has a job to do, but they need to do it with some dignity. Ronan, I 1000% agree. This isn't about taking away ICE or anything like that. Please note that. That's not at all what I'm saying here. Okay? We need, just like we need law enforcement, just like we need prosecutors, we need public defenders, right? We need a little bit of everything. But what we don't need is people doing their own rules when it comes to this and having the liberty to do so. I'm not okay with that. You're never going to get me to agree with that. Okay? So thank you. I agree, and I said it. Some stuff needs to be fixed in this country in terms of immigration. None of these administrations have been able to get it right. The one before, the one after that, it just doesn't work. Something's not working, right? And I get it. Okay, I get it. None of us. Okay, honey. None of us want criminals. None of us want that. We know that. We don't want that. So I don't disagree. And thank you, Ronan. They need to do with some dignity, just like we expect our police. And when they don't, they should be held accountable, just like police, in my opinion. I agree. Thank you so much, Ronan. I agree with this. The thing is, it's very hard to hold federal officers accountable. You really can't. You can't sue them independently. You guys know that, right? So thank you. Completely agree.
Is all my things that they stole from me.
Look at all the
They
stuff
put
that
it in a Homeland Security. Homeland Security with a little tag right there, as you can see. And it gets worse, ladies and gentlemen. It gets worse. So they put me in a cell. They said you could think about if you want to answer questions or not. I said, I'm not answering any questions. I don't consent to any searches or seizures. I exercise my Fifth Amendment right. Well, I did invoke my right to remain silent. But the other thing is that they take me out of the cell and they say, you need to identify yourself or we're going to arrest you for failure to ID. I said, you got to do what you got to do. They were like, I don't know why you're being so difficult. They put me back in the cell. They take me out of the cell. They keep putting me back. Every time that I would exercise my rights, they would put me back in the cell. They said, they are laughing. They're laughing. They said, we don't care about we don't care. This is not because we're doing our jobs. They said, this is a new administration. We can do whatever we want now.
They said that to him. This is a new administration. We can do whatever we want right now. They can, right? And George, thank you, George Golden, for reminding Calvin that plenty of black and brown people fought 2 wars just like you, Calvin. They did. Sure did. Thank you.
That's what they told me. That's what the supervisor, Guerra, told me. That she could do whatever she wants. It's a new administration. There's new rules put in place. And we don't just let people remain silent anymore. That's what they told me. So they go. It gets much worse, ladies and gentlemen. So they take me out. They eventually, I guess they, through facial recognition, they have cameras everywhere in the building, which I FOIA requested. I've submitted a complaint to the Inspector General of the Department of Homeland Security, Border Patrol, Customs and Border Protection. I've done everything I can. And just so you know, you can't sue federal agents. You can't sue federal agents. So they're trying to get my information. They finally find it, and then their faces change. Just like that, they change. They figured out I was not only Sean Paul Reyes, they figured out that I was Long Island Audit, and their whole mood changed. So they had like a look of fear on their face.
Well, they didn't even ask him for a license. Priceless. That's a great question. I don't think they even asked him for a license because you said don't license show up on the system to inform you if you are a citizen or not? Question mark. I know that they have made, the licenses with the little like there's like a flag to your license if you're not from this country, right? But they didn't ask him for a license. They asked him if he was a citizen. That was the question. And if it's not a traffic stop, a routine stop, like, like a, what's it called? A officer stop, you're probably not going to get that, them asking you for a license and stuff like that. Y'all saw Bruce. I need to change the Bruce picture. Totally not appropriate. I'm profiled just going into Target or Walmart, even Sears when they were open. Oh my God, even Sears. It's just, like I said, I'm not saying we don't need Border Patrol and we don't need agents. We do, but there needs to be, this is getting out of hand, y'all, and more people are going to get hurt if something isn't done. That's how I see it. You said, could he have made a process easier by answering if he is a citizen or not? Yes, but being racially profiled has never been okay. If us brown citizens do not stand united with our immigrants, who will? Sin, I'm there with you. That's where I'm at. I will never turn my back on. I won't support criminals. There's a lot of people that should not be here. If you've been breaking the laws, none of us will. But I will never turn my back on my people. Never. No. Nope. You hit the profile picture, threw you off. That was from our New Year's party. Sorry. That's just how I see it. I'll never forget. So for me, the immigration thing, and I feel really bad for the younger kids in that situation because I went through it. I know what it's like to be scared, to be separated. Some people will never understand that. You just won't. You won't. You said, hold up. I know. The whole U.S. was founded on immigrants. I thought so too. Some people don't believe that, and that's okay. All right.
After they tried terrorizing me for 30 minutes, they said, all right, you're free to go. And she goes and she hands me the phone that I was recording with. Here you go. I was like, well, how'd you get that phone? It was inside of my vehicle.
Look at that.
I'm like, did you search my vehicle? You searched my vehicle? And she was like, no, we didn't search your vehicle, Mr. Reyes. I was like, well, how'd you get my phone? It was inside my vehicle. Well, I took your phone out of your vehicle because I wanted to make sure that you had it. That's all. So I was like, all right, that's weird. I'd never consent to any searches or seizures. So I get out, and this is that's when she tells me this is a new administration. She could do whatever she wants. I said, I don't care what administration it is. We have constitutional rights in this country, and you can't just violate my constitutional rights. You took all of my property from me. You literally seized my property. That's them seizing my property. They seized my property. I understand that I can't sue. I get it. I have been through a lot of research. I've done a lot of research, and we need to get Congress. We need to get Congress to allow 1983 federal civil rights lawsuits to be applied to the federal government, because for whatever reason, it doesn't apply. Now, let me show you another picture. So I leave, and this is what happens. Look at these guys. I'm gonna make sure I got everybody's face here. There goes the. Look at all of them.
Dang.
These guys. I'm gonna make sure I got everybody's face here. There goes the coward right there. Coward. So, so any law enforcement officer, I don't care what anyone thinks. If you're wearing a mask as a law enforcement officer, you are a tyrant and you are a coward. That's it. You are a tyrant and a coward. That was Aria. Thank you, Aria. You are a tyrant and a coward. So I get back to my hotel, ladies and gentlemen, and I immediately let me search my car. Let me make sure my backpack opened. Things spilled out of my backpack. I didn't even realize it was dark. They searched my backpack. They searched the entire vehicle. They searched my backpack. They searched my suitcase, which was in the trunk. And they even, I'll show you really quick here. This is a picture I took. Let me show you. This is a picture I took of my suitcase when I got back to my hotel. There it is right there. They cut my suitcase, didn't have a lock on it. It didn't have a lock on it. Let me be clear. It didn't have a lock on it. And they still cut into my suitcase. They searched it. My Long Island Audit shirt was right on top, so I guess that's how they figured out who I was. But they searched my luggage, cut it open, took my property from me, and then this is the phone that I was recording with. This is just a burner phone that I record with. I open up my phone, and there is no video. I go to the gallery. I'm talking to my attorneys. I'm trying to figure out what happened. I'm like, all right, let me look at the video, see when did it cut off? This video right here. The original video.
No, nothing.
This one right here. I go, and they deleted it. They deleted it from my phone. But these idiots, these tyrants, these ignorant tyrants who know nothing, they deleted the video from my phone.
Yep.
But you can't, I don't know if they know this or they don't know this, but when you go into here to collections and then you go to recently deleted and you have to delete it from the recently deleted and use Face ID in order to permanently delete it from the phone.
I hope he can.
They couldn't do that, obviously. So I found it in my recently deleted.
Look at that. So I guess he found some of it. Now, somebody asking the question why they're able to do this without, again, ICE doesn't operate like you would a police officer or anything like that. So please note that ICE is literally for immigration enforcement, right? That's what they're doing. They're not the general police. They're working very specific for something. So they are not, they don't have to enforce anything in terms of, what a local police officer is doing. And that's why people, they have to be able to understand the differences, right? You said until we get rid of Article 1, Section 8, Clause 9 legislative tribunals, bring back Article 3 court, these people will continue to do the same thing and commence clause is the problem. I'll have to look that up, clowns. Thank you for this. Until we can get rid of Article 1, Section 9, I'm going to write this down real quick. Okay. Y'all see that? So they don't operate the same way. I know, right? You said, okay, legalese. I know it's very informative. And I think Sean Reyes probably didn't. He's probably like, well, they're going to follow some kind of rules. This is Border Patrol. They don't have to. No amending the Constitution like that will make it work. That's not the answer. What do you think will make it work, though? First Liberties podcast. Can his lawyer get footage off the camera? I don't know. I don't know, man. I mean, like I said, people, People are entitled to, their opinions, but this is just scary, Overall, it's a scary situation. You said them treating someone like this for how they look is as bad as the 50s when someone would be allowed to eat at a wouldn't be allowed to eat at a restaurant just because they were black. It's the same thing. Terrible. Yeah. Yes. It is unconstitutional, but they don't have to follow anything. That's the thing. They don't have to follow anything. They don't give a fuck. I mean, I saw a video of them dragging a pregnant woman out of her home. They do not care. Okay? Pregnant, and visibly pregnant, freaking freezing and cold outside. They don't care. They don't care. They do not have to abide for anything or do anything or anything. They don't. It's a different, I don't know, just how it is.
It's a federal crime, ladies and gentlemen, that these border patrol agents, these heroes, these people who are protecting our border and protecting us from illegal immigration, I'm not an illegal immigrant. I am a law-abiding United States citizen who fights and stands up for rights of everyone, the rights of everyone in this country. So I can't sue. People are saying people are saying that I can sue. You can't sue the federal government. Let me make this clear. You cannot sue individual federal officers, even though they violated my First Amendment right by retaliating against me. They violated my Fourth Amendment right by seizing me, my effects, searching my vehicle. I asked them, what's your reasonable suspicion? They said, we don't have any. We just don't know who you are. So they had no reasonable articulable suspicion of anything, that I'm not a citizen, that anything.
Or that he smuggled anything. I mean, even the fact that they tore up his luggage, that's crazy. You said they aren't even near the border. No, they're not. They're like they didn't even know it was a checkpoint. I was like, oh man, they're not near the border. That's the part that blew my mind. Yeah. It can check anywhere. And I mean, it's gotten worse. And, if you're a little bit closer to, your ear is out there, you hear about different things that are happening. Ultimately, nobody wants to get shot, and nobody should get shot. Nobody should be going through anything like this. At the same time, you have to be careful when you're dealing with these officers. But yeah. And they deleted the video too, that part. Yep. She didn't hit the ICE agent. They slowed the video down. Yeah, I didn't think that she hit the ICE agent either. People are saying that she did, that there was another angle. I don't know. I've seen like maybe 2 different angles, and I didn't see her in the protest. And she was I want to know, one thing that's unclear is what was the leading up to it. Guys, when ICE comes to you, they're not coming in marked. Like, it's unmarked vehicles. So think about it. They're not even identifying themselves to you. They got an ICE vest. You can only assume. How do I not know it's not the neighbor dressed in a vest and he's just trying to kidnap people? You can't fight back. So it's scary because there's literally nothing. Like, they might have their little, like, if you don't see a badge or whatever, but they're coming in unmarked cars and trucks, which is what we saw there. Okay? Like, it's getting out of hand. It's getting kind of scary. Right? And you think about how they dress. That guy has a mask on. He doesn't even have to show you his anything. Over not saying that he was why. So now I have to worry about being pulled over, and then I'm not a citizen. I'm a citizen. I have to worry about that. And I mean, some of you guys are not worried about it, and that's fine. Maybe it doesn't affect you. Maybe it doesn't hit you, but you might have family and loved ones, and that it hits a little bit different. It's scary. I don't want to be at a store and then having to find out I got to worry about somebody pulling me over and asking me if I'm a citizen. If I don't answer, you're in an unmarked car and I got to talk to you. What?
That we need to know who you are. That's what they said. So it's very unfortunate. I felt so violated. I was in the United States of America, and I felt so violated. Look.
We're going to need you to declare your citizenship. Are you okay, sir? Yeah, some kind of medical emergency going on? You look pale, sir.
Medical emergency. You look pale. Look at them. Look at them. Look at them laughing. Look at them laughing.
Yeah, some kind of medical emergency going on?
Sick individuals. They think it's funny. Look at them. They think our rights are funny. They erased this video from my phone. The only reason we are looking at this is because they couldn't get into the recently deleted. But they deleted this from my personal cell phone, the one I used to record, not my personal phone, but the one I used to record law enforcement.
Perfect. United States citizen, sir. No,
That's crazy work.
No, Vans, ID, anything.
And look how young they look.
No.
I bet you took that $10,000 sign-up bonus. They'd be offering $10,000 sign-up bonus for these young people. I mean, I can't blame them. You know, some people will say, oh my God. They took that $10,000. Was it 10,000? What was that guy that Z-lister celebrity who was telling people to sign up to, he played Superman, that, you know, nobody in Hollywood. Oh my gosh. Right, Mark. Right. It's just crazy work. You know, they're young. Yeah, I think we should all worry about it.
Hold on, sir.
Dean Kane.
So I understand you have your rights. Not gonna lie to anyone, right? Correct. I just need you to state your citizenship.
I understand you have your rights. I am not going to violate any of your rights.
Like, look at how young this kid looks. I just like, go to your room. Who the hell are you? I know it's so bad. But it was Dean Kane. Oh my God. I sat there and I was like, oh no, for shame.
Did he just say that? I understand you have your rights. Well, listen, if any of you, I plan on putting billboard trucks in front of everybody's house because you can't sue them. You can file what's called a Bivens lawsuit, which I plan on filing. I've already written most of it, but there's filing fees and everything else. And now when you violate my rights like this and you violate, because they looked scared when they knew it was me. But if it wasn't me, you see, once they didn't know who I was, look at them. They're laughing. So I will hold them accountable. If you'd like to donate for my travel expenses back here and forth to Texas, I'll be back here, legal fees, filing fees, hotels. I'm going to be out here fighting Border Patrol with everything I got. Maybe I'll drive my billboard truck. If not, I will use the funds to rent billboard trucks and put it in front of all of their houses, because you're not just going to violate me and get away with it. Look into it. You can't sue federal officers.
That's
you just
the crazy
can't do
part.
it.
So I understand you have.
They're the true sovereign citizens. You cannot sue law enforcement officers. They cannot sue them. They can violate your rights. They can search your vehicle. They can cut open.
So you see, you guys understand, this isn't your traditional cop. This isn't like, no. So this profiling stuff, it could happen to you. It could happen to me. It could happen to your loved ones. Okay. And if it never happens to you, then thank God it never has to happen to you. You don't have to worry about things like that, but it's a real thing. It's a real scary thing for a lot of us, for sure. Belen says, no wonder Brenda dumped Dean in 90210. She's like, pathetic, dumped. But it's a real thing, guys. It's just how it is. People got to be careful. And like I said, this isn't like we're against. No, I think that we need to, just like we need anything else. However, we need to be careful, because some of these guys have more movement in different things than they should have.
Your suitcase, search your whole suitcase, no probable cause, no reasonable suspicion, nothing. They can put you in a jail cell like they did me for 30 minutes.
Jeez.
And you can do nothing to them.
Your rights. Not gonna lie to anyone, right? Correct. I just need you to state your citizenship and you'll be free to go. Now, if you don't want to state your citizenship, it's up to you, but then I'll be referring you to secondary so you can speak to agents over there. No, nothing. All right, sir. If you don't mind going to the number 2 parking spot, the agents will be there for you, okay?
Dang.
Oh, look, I complied. I went to the secondary number 2 parking spot. I went there because the Supreme Court said I could be briefly detained. They didn't say they can do this.
Anyway, sir. So this is an immigration inspection, sir. So we're going to need you to declare your citizenship. Are you okay, sir? Do you have some kind of medical emergency going on?
That's crazy.
Sir. Are you going to speak to us?
we have to establish immigration, man. So
That's crazy work, man.
So if I said yes, I'm automatically a citizen. You idiots.
Yeah, that's a question. Let me ask you guys a question. So if because I know there was people in the chat who were saying, someone had said something like, the Constitution is not for illegal immigrants. Okay, so if he had answered yes, does that make him a citizen? Like when somebody said in the chat, "I'm leaving. I don't want to talk about this." Okay, that's cool. If I answered yes, or he answered yes, would that have meant that he's a citizen? That's the question. I mean, how do you? So as long as Sean had said yes, he would have been fine. I'm a citizen. I'm good. I may not look like one because according to you, is that the thing? And then he would have been left alone because somebody said in the chat, like, he should have just answered the question and that's it. Would they have? So this is how we determine citizenship. All you have to do is answer yes, and that's it. That's interesting. Okay.
You stupid tyrants. You violated my rights and you think you're going to get away with it. If I can't hold you, I will hold you in the court of law as much as I can. I'm going to file a Bivens. I'm going to file a federal tort claim. Those are my only remedies. I'm going to be, I already filed with the Inspector General of Homeland Security and Border Patrol, and I'm asking for a criminal referral to the DOJ. I'm going to speak to the FBI. Deleting evidence off of my phone, that's a crime, a federal crime. Violating my rights is a federal crime. It just is. But
and I get that. Hey Vic, how are you, my love? So the Constitution guarantees due process to all persons in the U.S., not just citizens. Interesting. Bivens. It's so frightening. I wouldn't go to the U.S. even on vacation. But white as snow. Oh no! Don't say that. Well, Franny lost. Somebody in my chat said that does the Constitution apply to illegal immigrants? And I said, well, the thing is he's not illegal. He's a citizen. I thought that it applied to everyone, but I guess we're trying to write things again, not just citizens, but I guess this is a new world order. I don't know. But my question is even if he had said yes to the citizenship question, would they have let him go? I don't know, man. I'm concerned. And that sucks because it's like there is no real good way to answer that question.
DOJ doing
anything?
Probably not.
If we can assist you in any form.
Do they believe your answer? That's crazy work.
We'll let the
Anyways, I'm going to stop it right here. You guys make sure you watch Sean's full video. It's a very interesting video. He talks a little bit about where he's going to go. I had learned about Sean through BJ, actually. Long Island. I remember when I started following him. I mean, he's had 1 million, so it's been very successful on his channel in auditing, and he really exposes a lot of things in the area, corruption, and he really takes people to task. I like him. I think he's cool people. I super chatted him yesterday, and I just think it was all racial profiling from our very own. Just saying. That's the thing, Rabbit. Even if he said yes, they probably would still have taken him into custody. I know 3 Latinos here and proved that they were Americans. They still got this is the thing. It's happening. So just imagine. Very scary time. Very scary time. And what is happening right now? Hold up. Let me transfer over us. I mean, we still at the protest. This is crazy work, man. They got people out there right now. Is this where the shooting happened? Hold up.
People to start shifting north towards 33rd so we can make more space for people to congregate on this block. Just to make everything clear. Okay. Everyone take a couple steps.
It's the same street, right?
Yeah, that's the right.
Show me your papers.
No Trump! No troops! Twin Cities ain't Lincoln!
Woo.
No Trump! No troops!
Look how many people are out there. It's a lot of people out there, man. I'm just saying. Peaceful protest. Hate to see how they're going to twist this. I don't know, man. It's going to be bad. We already know. I think that, first of all, I know that I've upset a couple people talking about this issue. And that's okay. People come and go and everything. I have to stand true to where I stand with this issue. I don't care if you're blue or red or whatever. I've been the type that has gone one way or the other, depending on what the climate is like. So I get it, but at the same time, I stay true to where I came from, why it's important to support our first generation people. You have to stand to what you believe in. And sometimes that might be the thing that people don't want to hear. And you might lose some people, and then you're going to get some people here, like Calvin again. Congratulate, thank you for your service, but I promise you're not the only one that fought. There was a lot of black and brown people, that fought that in. So I think it's important to recognize them too. But it just tells me everything that I need to know, and that's okay. I'm not for everybody, but I appreciate you guys listening and hearing me out. And when something is heavy in my heart, whether I lose people or I don't, I have to stand on what I believe in, regardless. Okay. I will see you guys. I know. Yo, shout out to Calvin. He was no punk. He was like, no, well, I'm going to take you to task to what you said. It took him a while to answer the question. It took him like $20 deep to answer the question, but he answered the question at some point. But you can't. And let me tell you something, y'all. I don't get irritated by people that have a certain belief about something. You know what I do is I really try to understand why they feel that way in the way that they do. Because you know what? We're never going to get anywhere in life if we can't actually have that conversation. So I invite you, instead of arguing, have a conversation, man. You'd be surprised that you might even, see some things that you see in yourself in there. And that's how I see this. I don't argue about stuff like that. I tell you what I believe in. I stand on that. And believe it or not, that's fine. It's on you. I'm not here to convince you otherwise. That's how I see it. All right. I will see you guys on the next one. Hit the like button. Bye, guys. Bye, bye, bye.